Okay, so welcome to episode 1 of DDFTLDR. So my name's Taco Hell. We're going to be recording a Legacy League today with Doomsday Fetchland Tendrils. So there is snow on the ground in Austin, Texas, so this feels like as good a time as any to end the world. So this is the list I'm going to run. Pretty standard stuff. So let's jump into it. I'm not anticipating that this is going to be a 5-0, but we'll see. And before people like super jump down my throat about all this, the whole point of this series is I'm sort of like just picking up this deck after I played it a little bit over the summer, but I'm kind of just picking it up again. And the goal with all this is to kind of document it so that if any of you are learning the deck, you can kind of see me work through this process. So I think one of the biggest things is I have a bunch of questions and stuff about how to do this. There's a few matchups I'm really not sure how to approach. Things like check pile Grixis Delver that have a clock, like they're pressuring you, but they also have like counter magic and discard. So I feel like I do okay playing. So obviously that's the way to beat Storm is to oh boy, here we go. Gotta click join match. All right, we run the die roll. So Wreck Samurai. Let's see. Okay, so this hand, Act on Impulse in hand, feels super sketch. Obviously, with a Brainstorm, we can put that back in, get around some of that. We've got the lands, which is pretty great, and we've got basically the combo in hand. No draws, which is a little bit concerning, but we have 16 plus in the deck. It should be 17 in this list. So I don't feel too bad about our chances on hitting one of them. So I think probably I'm going to keep this. The act is kind of just a mulligan to 6 here. And then I'll probably play the island and pass. And then maybe I'll play the delta and pass. Yeah, I'll play the delta and pass. And then I'll therapy him next turn once we have hopefully some idea of what's going on. So let's keep it. Maybe that's wrong. So we'll go delta, pass, hope to look like something else. Please don't kill me on turn 1. Wreck Samurai. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Alright, so then, okay, 2 Golgari Grave Trolls in the graveyard. Uh-oh, here it comes. Alright, so therapy doesn't feel great here. Okay, so he's not killing us just yet. Alright, so what is my plan for Dredge? I don't think I've played this matchup. Which is like a huge boon for Dredge, right? That nobody playtests against it. Okay, so we get a land. And currently, maybe the strategy, this is probably going to get out of hand really, really fast. So I think currently what I'm afraid of is that this could result in a situation where he gets like 1,000 Cabal therapies off on me. So I'm thinking maybe the best play here is to break the Delta for a black source, play the Underground Sea. So probably get out 2 Underground Seas. Is that right? Maybe get a Badlands here. Therapy the Act on Impulse out of my hand, and then Doomsday up, building this back into the pile. And that way I can do like a pass the turn Labman pile maybe? Will I have enough mana for that? Well, I'll have the lands in hand, so that should be okay, and he can't therapy them out. So if I don't die next turn, maybe I can just kill him here. So let's do that. So I'm going to go ahead and get a red source here, play the Underground Sea, put up the island next turn. And that should be fine. Again, unless he like super Icarid aggroes me and I'm just like dead before any of this happens. So the Badlands so that I can cast that. Yeah, that should be fine. Right? Yeah. Yeah, let's get the red source. Okay. So let's make it black. Let's therapy me. So this feels like maybe, well, I was going to say maybe this is a misplay because I could have like ritualed. I can't Doomsday in response, so this I think is all the same. So let's do black. Act on Impulse. Bam! Reveal my hand. He's like, oh my god, somebody still plays Doomsday. One thing I know I need to work on is managing the clock on Moto. That's been, I have these moments where I tank, and especially I think if I'm talking these things out, maybe this is going to be even harder. So, does he have a way to just like kill me here? I think is like ultimately my question. I don't know what his plans are. Okay, so we go Underground Sea. Maybe I should have gone with the Bloodstained Mire and fetched an Underground Sea just so I could like put this guy into play next turn, but maybe that's not a big deal. Do a ritual. And maybe if I have enough, maybe the Bloodstained Mire is actually pretty solid here. I can like build a land into the pile and like reduce it by 1 card because I don't think I need all 5 slots. So we're gonna ritual into Doomsday. Oh yes, welcome to Flavor Country. Okay, so what we need here are the Act on Impulse out of the graveyard. We need the LED, the Laboratory Maniac, probably a Probe, although I'm slightly iffy about doing that just because if he can really pressure my life total, maybe probing is going to be kind of dangerous. I think I can get away with doing it once. I'm going to be at 9 life. If I use the Bloodstained Mire, that's going to put me down a little bit. That's going to be, I need 3 life. So if he can do 6 damage to me next turn, I'm dead, which is kind of crappy. So, alright. So we've got Act, Lab Ban, that. I need something to draw, and I don't think I'm going to have the mana, so I think I have to go with the Probe. Because I'm going to hard cast Act with like all of my mana. So I think Probe. So I'm currently using 1, 2, 3, 4 slots, so I can get an Underground Sea in there. And use the Bloodstained Mire and fetch it out, and that should be the pile. Yes. So yeah, just to double check. Play the Mire, get this out. Oh damn. Yeah, that won't matter, because we'll have Act in hand at that point. So we Act on Impulse, draw the rest of our deck. Yeah, just blow it out. Cool. Cool. Alright, done. Bam, got the cards. Okay, so we're going to put back that on bottom, these pretty much in whatever order. And then this goes on top. And now we pass the turn and hope he can't kill us. Maybe he just kills us. I'm a little worried that I've used this much time on game one here, but maybe this will be really fast. Okay. I've got no plays here, so I'm just going to hit 6 and hope he doesn't get me down to 3 life, because then I'm dead. Okay. Here comes the faithless looting. All of the yikes. Okay, let's just bring it up. See what he's got. Oh, hell no. Okay, so he's got the Iona, so let's hope he can't combo kill us here. If he says black, we might be fine. So there's a chance that he just is wrong with Iona and that we're not, like, totally dead. Okay, so I don't see the Dredge return, which is totally sweet. He's got mana up, so okay, doesn't have anything in hand, so that's probably fine. So maybe this play, like going for it at this point, was like a little bit risky. I don't really know. I mean, here I think Dredge gets going like so fast that we just kind of had to go for it. So hopefully this works out. Yeah. I don't know. I think my camera's set to follow my face, so that we did it. We lived. Okay. So I'm gonna play out the Bloodstained Mire. Go ahead and break it. Get that. Shuffle our library, which doesn't matter. Get Act on Impulse out. Play Lion's Eye Diamond. Yeah, cast. So what I'm worried about here is, I know a lot of times we try and hide the Labman plan until like a later game, but this is kind of my go-to turn passer. Alright, let's look at his hand with that. Yeah, it's fine. We got there. Woo! Alright, sorry, that was annoying. Okay, totally awesome. So against Dredge, I don't really know. I mean, so, okay. Echoing Truth seems awesome for the zombies. Abrupt Decay seems pretty dead. Xanon Swarm, I mean, maybe they bring that in. So I think maybe Chain of Vapor as well, just in case there's like an Iona, but he already knows the combo's really blue. So that is one thing I'm not really sure how we sideboard for this. So I want to bring those two in, and the question is, what do I bring out? I think I want to leave in. Let's take out a Bauble, because these are a little bit slower. I think I could probably take out 2 Baubles here, and I think I'd be fine with that. Or a couple Baubles, because I brought in 3 cards. The discard seems okay. If I can mess up their ways to actually get stuff into the graveyard. Therapy seems weaker than Duress here, but so I'm going to take out that, and then 1 Therapy. Yeah, okay. Seems fine. Maybe that's wrong. So I'm curious, you know, if anyone has feedback on this stuff to know how you would play it. Okay, so again, I think maybe we have it here, like, really fast. So unless he just therapies us, like, straight to death, that would be pretty awesome. So if we can hit like an LED, we like go off turn 1. So I'm going to keep this because it seems great. He is going for it. Oh man. Okay, so he's mulligan to 4 cards currently. Okay, so he kept at 4 cards, I believe. And the question is, at 4, did he just mull to death and then stop, or did he hit what he wanted? So if he does anything here to... Okay, so he's therapying me, so this could be shitty. So he might just say Doomsday. Question is, what does he know about Doomsday? Dark Ritual. Okay, yep, you got it. So what this tells me, though, this play seems like he doesn't have a lot going on. So I feel pretty good about playing out one of the ponders here and trying to dig to a faster combo. What I don't want is for Doomsday to sit in my hand for very long, because I'm worried that these therapies are going to get going pretty quickly. So we have the Echoing Truth. Cool, but not really what I'm looking for. I'm going to get an Underground Sea here and ponder. So we've got the Dark Ritual, so I think what I'm going to do here is take that and go for it off of the pedal. Now the question is, does that work? Because I'm not going to have enough mana to do the Labman pile, so I would need to build some stuff in to that pile. So let me think. Okay, so okay. Those of you who like know what you're doing are probably watching this agonizingly being like, do this, Taco Hell, and I'm totally missing it. I think if I take this, I have the benefit of just like stacking the library to do whatever it is I need to do, so that feels good, because once these therapies get going, even though he's got 2 cards in his hand, I don't know what those are, and if I just get blown out, I feel like he can suddenly combo out of nowhere much faster than me. So I set that up. I've got 1 Flooded Strand in hand. So what would I build? It would go draw something next turn. Fetch, get another card out. So I've got 2 lands. I could draw... Maybe if this gets a Volk, we can do a Volk and a Dark Red. Doesn't work. So I don't have the mana, so this needs to be a double cantrip pile. So I think what needs to happen here is I build it like... So I think I put this back first, then Ritual, then Preordain. Hope that he doesn't, like, kill me. Well, let's put back Preordained ritual. I'm gonna need one of those. No. Alright, so I'll take the ritual. Maybe that was wrong. So we pass here and just hope that he doesn't just like come out of nowhere and kill us. I am probably my biggest worry is that he gets a therapy and takes the Doomsday here. And there it is. Well, what can you do? Such is Doomsday. Yep, okay. So we got Doomsday. Now, the absolute crappiest thing ever would be the surgical on it, if that ends up happening. Alright, so we get the Preordain. He's got one more thing left on that, so he might just kind of stall out here, which wouldn't be the worst thing for us. So I think I fire off the Preordain, and this is one of the tough things about Doomsday is that all of these cantrips are combo pieces. So part of the issue on that last turn was that I needed to basically double cantrip. And maybe, no, I don't think I could have done that. So I basically needed 2 cantrips in my hand to start that pile. And I was obviously in the middle of firing off one of those cantrips. So I think Preordain helps to maybe find the stuff that I'm looking for. If I can get an LED in play, this gets much simpler. And I'm not worried about him really messing my LEDs up too much. So I think I Preordain here, look at the top 2 things. It's going to be the therapy and something else. I probably bottom the therapy. And then... see what else I got. Or I could do the Ponder. The Preordain is just better as like a straight draw. Maybe the Ponder is just better to fire off here. Let's do that. See what we get. Interesting. So, Burning Wish could suddenly be... It doesn't really dig us out, though. I want to try and find something faster. So let's... I think I shuffle this here. What I'm looking for at this point is basically an LED or a Doomsday. Because, like, I want to try and combo pretty fast in this matchup, I think. I've got the Echoing Truth. That's probably going to be the target of one of these therapies at some point. Chain of Vapor would help kind of diversify those threats, but I'm only going to be able to bounce one thing. So this is going to be really great if he does like an Iona pile. Or if he puts out Iona and then I need to put Chain of Vapor in that pile if he doesn't say blue. So the question now is basically, I think I put this back, shuffle it, because I don't think any of these things really like substantially advance my state right now. So yeah, we're going to shuffle. So I get a probe. So I've got draws, which is pretty nice here. So now what I'm debating doing is firing off the Preordain just to play a little bit more proactively. I kind of want to be in the driver's seat right now, and I don't want to do that. So one question right now is, do I take the Valk? And I think I do, because all my fetch lands can get me the Underground Sea. Most of them, I think they can all give me the Valk too, so that's not that big a deal. I'm going to play this out, so yeah, I'm going to take the Volcanic here. The deck is mostly blue. I'm going to play out the LE, or the Petal, just to have it out, so that I can't get discarded. And we'll Preordain. So this is maybe wrong, because maybe I should be conserving these, but in the case of something like this, so the LED is pretty much what I'm looking for here. So I'm going to put Dark Writ on the bottom, take the LED, play it out. Now, I'm not sure if Dredge will have you know, boarded stuff in. I mean, they might have like a wear tear kind of thing. So we'll see. The benefit now is that with the one LED out, I can... Okay, so this probably gets a dredger into the graveyard and gets them running. Yikes, there's the dread return. Okay. So, that's not great. I do have the stuff to just go off as soon as I hit a Doomsday here, though, so that's pretty awesome. So if I find another cantrip, I'm going to fire it off immediately looking for Doomsday. So Probe is a weird one. I think I go for it anyway. I'm really afraid of this Dread return resolving. So he's got a City of Brass. Okay, Petal. Not really what I was looking for here, but I'm going to play it out anyway. Pass and hope to survive. So maybe this is wrong. Maybe I fire the second probe off too, because if I hit that Doomsday, I play it and pass. Although, then the question is, if he gets the Dread return off, I'm just dead, but maybe I'm just dead anyway. I mean, I've got the Echoing Truth in hand, so if I play it and pass, he Dread returns something out, I can, if he doesn't say blue, I can Echoing Truth it, so... He's got a Stinkweed Imp. He's going to see 5 cards on the Dredge. He will probably not flash this back. He's going to have 2 mana next turn to do what with? I don't know. Yeah, let's get aggressive here. Maybe this is like a really loose play. Alright, so I'm going to go for this Brainstorm. Again, maybe this is wrong. Alright, so we didn't hit off of that. We can continue being super duper loose. I mean, I can put back Therapy, Echoing Truth, shuffle it, Brainstorm again. So we can just do some really serious digging and make a pass the turn pile, and then hope that he doesn't kill us with the combo here. So Therapy definitely goes back. I kind of want to just set Echoing Truth on top, although part of me just thinks get aggressive here. So let's go for it. Let's put Echoing Truth back. That was probably a really bad idea now that I've done that. Grab an Underground Sea. Brainstorm again. So this is 4 cantrips fired off this turn. A little bit iffy. Sure, I'm going to hear about this. Okay, so not awesome. But one thing I can do with this is actually hide the Dark Rit. So let's put back Island, Dark Ritual. Now we pass, and then if he starts therapying me a bunch, I can actually fire off the Brainstorm, see if I can dig that 1 card deeper and hit a like a Doomsday or something and hide it on top. Because I've now basically got the mana to just hard cast Doomsday and go for it. Shit, I should have played out that LED. That was stupid. Oh well. So let's see what he gets on this Dredge. That was pretty solid. Okay, the Elishnorn, I'm not super worried, because I can go on the Tendrils plan, but he doesn't have a thing, so there's not really a reason to... If he goes for the therapy here, that doesn't, like, accelerate him much. He just He could therapy himself to get his thing back in. His Stinkweed Imp is in his hand, so he can therapy himself. I don't know how much sense that makes from the Dredge perspective. So next turn I'm drawing Dark Red. One major concern is I now have 7 minutes left in the entire match to play, so I've like thought a bit too much about some of these ponders. So I'm going to try and play this a little bit faster. I want to get aggressive with this brainstorm, but one like chief issue with doing that is that one chief issue with doing that is basically, you know. Okay, so he's passing without a Dredger in the graveyard, unless he goes and does something in a second main. Okay, so he's passing. Hit the Dark Ritual. I think I fire off the Brainstorm, just kind of see what I can get off this. I'm going to leave this up since I got black. I can put back this LED pretty comfortably. Wow, that was not great. I should have put back the Ritual, probably. I'm going to play this out. So I think I've made a series of pretty iffy decisions in this game that kind of led me to this point. Digging for the Doomsday like felt kind of right-ish, but here's hoping he's gonna have to draw something, and then the question is he's probably looking to hit a Faithless Looting on his draw, or a Careful Study, which he apparently did not hit. He's gonna swing in with the Narcomoeba. Okay, now black's going to go to 12. So the worst thing here is that I know that I'm going to hit these like 2 random mana sources that aren't really doing anything for me. Play this out. Okay, so we missed again. We're going to miss again on this next one. All right, go down to 11. So we currently have like all of the mana. I'm super not worried about the Dark Ritual here. Really not even worried about the LED. I might play it out just because it's kind of a thing. I guess there's not really a reason not to that I can think of. Maybe I'm wrong. I kind of wish that Moto was better about stacking these things like that, actually. So, good on you, Moto. Okay, so next turn we start having live draws again. So we're on like turn 6 here. This doesn't feel awesome, but we will see. So I think Conjurer's Bauble. Okay, so this is cool because we actually have a draw again. Put this guy out. He's going to be like, what does this stupid thing even do? Totally understandable reaction to this card. So the cool thing about this, though, is now I've got a draw in play for whenever I hopefully hit a Doomsday. And I'm not worried about the Dark Rit getting therapied out because I can just like Lotus it out and then have like all of the mana to say hard cast, act on impulse, and just do whatever I gotta do. Okay, so he hits another land. If I die to like 14 Narcomoeba attacks, that's gonna be so shitty. Okay, another ritual. Not awesome. So I've used a bunch of my cantrips here, which isn't great because I kind of know they're thinner in what remains of the deck. Okay, I'm just gonna 6 through this. Response to any of it. Trying to save the clock time. If this does go to another game, I've got a total of currently about 5 minutes to play it, so. Okay, so he's going to Cephaloid Coliseum, and this is probably going to just explode all in my face. A third Dark Ritual. Super awesome. Okay, he's actually playing on Archimedes. So what I'm kind of wondering is why isn't he flashing back this Faithless Looting? Like, I don't know if he doesn't see it or what the story is there. He has, unfortunately, really sped the clock up on me, so that's not great. So now if I hit a... Discard? Oh, okay. He's not about it. Oh, he's about it again. Uh-oh. He's targeting himself. He's going to get started here. Yep. That is happening. He discarded... What do you mean? He discards a Bridge from Below. So he's going to, like, start, yeah, getting this whole thing going. Yep. Okay, so he's targeting me. He's going to name Who Knows. He names Echoing Truth. Probably the card to name. So he's going to flash another one back, take these, which is pretty much fine, actually. Not that big a deal. So I do have enough mana that if I miraculously find a Doomsday here, I don't actually need any of these, which is awesome. So. Yep. Okay. I've got the draw on the LEDs, so I don't need this probe to combo. So I'm just going to fire it off. Please give me a Doomsday. Damn it, what was in his hand? Okay. I don't want any of that stuff in the graveyard. Alright, I'm just going to pass. Okay, so we're pretty much dead here, which is unfortunate. So I'm actually going to concede just to save the time on the clock, because he's going to attack me and I can't really win. I think the board was fine. I think that just kind of, we just died on some of those draws. So let me update the text. Womp womp. Games, we are 1-1. Okay. So I'm in the play here. Hopefully we can combo it up. Yeah, I didn't Seems good. All right, so biggest worry going into this next game, other than like Dredge's inherent speed, is just that like I've got 5 minutes to play Doomsday. I've got 4 minutes and 50 seconds. Yes, I want to play first. Yes, I'll keep. Okay, so with this, I can just go for it first turn, play the LED, and pass, which I think is probably the only way that this works. I've got a bunch of basics and stuff in hand, so I don't really need to worry about some of the mana, so I'm going to just play out my swamp. Gonna ritual up. Play Doomsday. After I play out that LED. So we're going for a fast one here. There is a chance that he is going to be able to do something to stop me here, but I think given the time on the clock, that's my like biggest kind of oh shit thing here. So, all right, here's the deal: is I need to double cantrip. So the draw for the turn will be the first one. I'm going to take a probe. So I'm going to draw the probe, cast it, holding priority, then hit an act on impulse. The act is then going to draw Labman, LED. And then just whatever else. So I might make it a brainstorm. I mean, a probe is probably fine, though. Yep. Okay, so we're going to put back this. Put back this. Put back that. Then the act. And then the probe. Then we pass with 3 minutes and 25 seconds. Alright. Alright, I'm 6ing on his turn. I don't think there's anything I can do at this point. If he kills that LED, we're sort of just dead. Okay, here comes something. Uh-oh, taking some damage. Okay, Thoughtseize, targeting me. Boom. Lands. Okay, so here we go. Gonna break that for red. That was dumb. I should have played that island first, but I don't need it. So okay. So the slight misplay here was I could have played out that island and paid not life for the probe. I don't think it ends up mattering here, but all right, 2 Labman wins. We did it, boys and girls. Look at the hand. And we got there. I'm going to be kind of a jerk and snap this really quick. Boom. GG's. We got there. Boom. Okay, so that was awesome. We did it with like no time left in the round, so that's pretty great. So we're 2-1 in games, 1-0 in matches against Dredge so far. So I think a quick reflection on that match, and in the article I'll kind of write this out. But if, you know, some of you are probably more into like videos, some of you are probably more into the text, so I'll try and put both out there. So reflecting on this as someone trying to learn Doomsday, that past match, I think game one, I think probably the biggest thing was, and it's hard to tell if I cantripped too aggressively in that second game, or if I could have, if I was more conservative. I think, I mean, it didn't probably end up mattering, but it's hard to say. I'm kind of wondering how I could have done that second game better. I mean, I think it just came down to like missing a bunch of stuff. So I'm curious, feedback from you guys, from the community, from better Doomsday players, other people learning it. This deck is awesome. There's so much like crazy nonsense going on in this deck that you know, Doomsday is one of the most like interesting possible cards to be resolving in Magic, even if this art is not as good. I think MVP's that game, definitely just like random lucky hands where I could just combo early. Labman enabling like a pass the turn pile is pretty great. Definitely like in other, like if it weren't the Dredge matchup, and maybe, you know, against something else, I would have been a little bit more hesitant to just like jam the combo every chance I got. But I'm real hesitant to keep stuff in my hand, knowing how explosive Dredge can be with those therapies. So, and maybe that's wrong. So yeah, that is round one. I will be back for round two in a little bit. Thanks, guys.